Welcome back to Let's Play Ni no Kuni. In this part, we're gonna attempt the Temple of the Sages, Temple of the Trials. I really can't remember what it's called. It's been a little while since we did one of these.
Hey, but those people thought they were dead with this. Welcome back. Temple of Trials area I don't know, when I got there, it reminded me a little bit of like an old school anime like Dragon Ball's, like the original Dragon Ball. Where you're like, oh yeah, the training temple, and you think it's this really big grandiose thing, but nah, I won't spoil it, you'll see.
It does remind me of Dragon Ball, now that you mention it.
That was the first thing I saw when I got there. I was just like, oh, nostalgia. Oh, and we get to practice something.
Yes, now that we have a additional member to our team, we get to see what it's like to battle with multiple team members.
A cool element, at least with this, is that you can choose to either, in this case, play as either, I just want to call her Meryl, but Esther and Ollie Boy here, so whoever's playstyle you prefer, they do play differently. So, it's Haten! Her spells, at least this way, instead of actually using, like, magic casting, she uses songs, which are kind of like casting spells themselves. They're more buffs than anything.
Yeah, she's not exactly a physical attacker.
Well, neither is Ollie, really. He's just a spell flinger. That's what I put it.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, she doesn't really do damage. She's mostly good for healing. Her, whatever penguin thing, Go-Go, it gets pretty freaking strong later on, though. And then it takes all the glory, and I get sick of it.
I was just about to say, I think it's a glory kill. I hate it when I'm trying to pick up those little bits of blue and green glims that no one else needs but me, but he takes them.
Yeah.
I just want them.
Well, now, Travis mentioned the water bomb earlier. Here I tested it out, and it proved to be remarkably effective.
Oh, yeah.
So I end up using Shiro a lot in this video.
You mean you end up using Shiro?
I use Shiro!
It absolutely kills the sun guys, and it really does take out the turban guys pretty quickly, too. I just took out some babanas!
We did it!
Look at those duck pants. Those are so high. I don't know where the shirt begins or the pant ends. With some babanas!
It seems like every time I go to that little win screen, it's always Go-Go that shows up. Even if he did fuck all, it's always him.
Everybody loves Go-Go. Well, mainly himself, really.
Yeah, well, he's everybody to himself.
He's even later like, no one noticed me.
What really weirds me out about him is that how much he flaps his mouth, but silently. It's like, ah, what a beautiful day.
Flapping you softly with your mouth, flapping you softly. Snap my beak at you. No, no, no.
Temple of Trials, there it is.
Oh, hey, a bird. Look how big that bird is over there.
Yeah. Get away from me! Get away! Fuck. Ah, whatever. I've got a water bomb. Let's just throw shit at him. And it's fitting. Shiro has a water bomb.
I was about to say, I was like, oh yeah, the two characters I told would murder with this? Go for it.
Yeah.
Just watch this. Yeah, he's almost dead.
Shiro still doesn't do a lot of melee damage, so it's kind of a waste to use another water bomb on that guy, but fuck it. Look at all that.
And look how fast that battle ended. Duck glory. I should say duck. There he goes. I feel like almost a lip flap moment. Yay! Yeah. It is me! Victory!
Oliver kind of does that too. Like, he'll say something and it looks like it's supposed to match up with his lip flaps, but it doesn't quite.
The weird part is he only does one mouth movement, so he'll be like, we did it! And he'll be like, oh!
Mama!
How are we gonna fit that in there?
And some more for good measure.
Because it's just fun to watch.
Really is.
Yeah, let's not just go for waste of air.
I can't wait till I can get rid of that guy.
See, I love those little spray effect moves. They're really easy to dodge with Shiro, because he's just so fast.
And look at that, that's 3 fights in, and Esther's already down.
Yeah.
Welcome to Ni no Kuni. Look at that, fuck.
Combo breaker. We won! Here's my big issue with the combat system. It's probably the most fun thing in the game, but good God, keeping track of your party is the biggest pain in the ass ever. because they make the dumbest decisions. They don't heal themselves, they don't defend when they're supposed to. You're basically babysitting these people, and it gets really frustrating in some battles.
It does. In this video, I'll go over briefly the tactics system. It'll come up later. It's basically, you tell your teammates what they should do for the most part, like Esther should focus on healing, or what have you.
Oh, and look, there's a waste of air on the cliff.
Yeah.
See, the funny thing is Rashad's not helping at all. He's just standing back like, my daughter got knocked out by a monster. That's funny. Oliver. I just imagine Rashad and Mr. Drippy just high-fiving in the background, or just having conversations. And
What was he doing there?
I don't know. Hide behind this rock. You do good over there. Beat up those papanas.
You set up the fire, I will do a jig.
Where did he go?
I don't know. Why are they even having this scene? Literally, we walked like, I don't know, several yards away. Then Rashad's like, we need to stop for the night. It's fucking daylight.
Well,
I have a kidney stone. It'll take peeing about 5 hours. You might as well set up camp.
your mother. Yeah.
This is the most awkward dialogue,
She
too.
died, saving my life. But Mr.
They
Drippy
didn't do a
says
very
this
good
one's
job. I don't know if it's necessarily the writing or just this English cast just didn't do that great of a job at communicating any kind of connection between the characters.
Yeah, I guess.
It'd be really easy to have children have some kind of attachment to each other, some relation, but a lot of it's just lost in this very awkward
Wow.
way they talk to each other.
Huh? Doing all this for the
I get the
sake of
sense that
someone
they
you
didn't
love.
try very hard at directing the
I just
kids.
think that's amazing.
Not the
wish I had
that's
a
so
sibling
interesting that so many
who's
video
making this
game
journey.
things like this that drive so much from story sometimes see the acting
sorry.
as like so
I didn't
secondary
wish
with
that-
it.
It's
As long as
okay.
the graphics are good and stuff like that, we really don't have to worry about the
But-
voice acting, so let's not focus on it. Are you
Shadar is
kidding me?
incredibly powerful.
If the characters can't act, then you can
Breaks
never
the
really
hearts
be
of
interested in
anyone
them
who
at
defies
all.
So no one dares to resist.
I mean, it's sad. I actually like Esther the
They say
most,
no one
but she
can
has like
defeat him.
the least amount of backstory out of all of them.
I know that.
Maybe that's a good thing.
Maybe it
I
is.
have to. You
Maybe
have
it just
to
lets me
try.
kind of use my imagination to at
right?
least
Right.
for what created her
Yeah.
personality. All I know is that
It's so
her father's
strange.
Rashad.
You don't
really
look
about it.
powerful in the least.
Yeah.
But somehow, I just
You don't
know
look
you can
powerful
beat
in the
him.
least.
I want to try.
That cape looks really powerful.
Thanks. Anyway.
I bet I could strangle you with it.
Hey, little lolly boy. They can't sleep all night because he's just talking and screaming in his sleep. Hunter cobras! Ah! Yes, does tornado chase that kitten off the cliff? Aw.
And it's all great because we have a Shiro in our party.
Oh yeah. I do like the fact that it looks like the it's like Waste of Air is just like I don't know what to do with my life anymore. Okay. Trying to okay, let's go back. Wait, hold on, no, God, left my wallet. Oh, see ya, whatever.
Okay, like with that monkey lemur thing, occasionally you'll see enemies up on cliffs and little light flickers. We will be able to get to those, but it's going to be for a long time. It requires a mode of transportation to get up there.
All right, now we get to make King Kai, or this guy.
You mean the door is closed, Drippy?
Now that's a door. You said it.
Don't forget it, Olive.
Oliver. I don't know. He just shrugs it. I don't mean to pry, but that door's still closed. It's still closed, just saying. The funny thing is, this is such a wasted conversation. It's basically talking about them like, you want to take the trial? Yes, I'll take the trial. All right, let's go. Okay.
Here's what the trial does. Okay, let's go take the trial. You want to take the trial?
I'm thinking about it, yes. No shit! We've been talking about it for about 3 minutes! Oh god. Thank god you're so pretty. This game is a ditz. Damn my stride! Ah! I like his stomach face.
Yeah.
I love this guy for some reason.
We've seen that face before, actually.
We have. The most disturbing thing about that character is his feet. They're like crow feet.
Well, you're right.
I like his eyes though. Merp.
Me.
Huh?
Idiots! I'm the supreme.
I hate this character, by the way.
That's just my stupid servant Umbopa.
He told you, Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
That's also a really weird transition from having text, or at least from normal conversation to text conversation like that. There was no cut. That was really interesting.
Also, all the familiars disappeared.
Yep. Hey, where'd Rashad go? Oh wait, he's here this time. Good. See, this guy's just an asshole.
I kind of like him, but because he's an asshole.
Yeah. He can grow on you, but still, kind of hate him.
Not much.
Yes.
Hello, Master Solomon. Fuck, you're old.
That's always a good way to introduce yourself, even before you said hi. You're old, hello.
I'm ageless and handsome. And short. You could punt me.
You don't even have to try, either.
Just tap me, I go flying. I don't have gravity.
I do like the music in this area. It's the first introduction to the fairy music, I would describe it, maybe? The same
Fairy
kind.
music?
It's the same one they play. Oh, I don't want to spoil anything, but in the Realm of the Fairies, it's kind of the same track, just played a little bit differently. Oh, or just stop playing when I mention that. Whatever music. that helps my cause, I'm sure. See what I tell you? Ah, there you go. They're still talking about the trial, by the way.
Yes. Yes. I guess I can... Should I just wait until we actually get to the fucking trial before I bitch about them?
Let's just see how they are. We don't want to spoil them yet, really. They're not as bad as the casino, though. I know that's a spoiler to say, but... I don't know. Nothing makes me rage more... I don't think I've got any angrier at a game than this one, and for the casino. And you'll see when we get to that. It's a while, but...
It's a good while.
I know.
I'm probably not going to show it up until we're near the end game.
If I had to make a list of top 10 characters I hate in gaming, one of them would be the witch that I played blackjack with. Jesus Christ, I wanted to punt her. So here's the thing, the Supreme Ruler does nothing. It's all the Umbapa that really sends you on your ways here.
Umbopa.
Umbapa. The funny thing is that character looks like he was mushed. Like at top bottom, they just mushed him. Hey, look, that little sign's on the ground too. How weird. Anyway, I'm sure it's nothing. Whatever.
Cave. 14 minutes in, we finally get to the trials.
We talked a lot about him for sure.
We talk a lot about everything, Travis.
That we do. It's almost like we're doing a Let's Play.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about the in-game dialogue.
I love the idea of these monitor birds, which are just like these phoenix birds who just stand there and tell you things. What's the point of making it a firebird?
Firebird, dude.
They know their shit.
They're bright.
In the head. Fire! Fire! Ah!
Okay. Now, These trials I kind of like. It's basically a puzzle. You talk to the monitor bird, he gives you a riddle, and then you have to use the spell Puppet String to move these statues in order. It's not too hard to figure out. We do use Puppet String in a couple places after this temple, so it's not completely wasted. It's mostly quick, short puzzles, and I like them for the most part.
Wouldn't it have been fun to have that as a combat ability? The puppet strings things, like just pick up an enemy and throw them. We're not done yet. That wasn't it, guys.
No.
That was a trial wit, yay!
That was first of 3.
It'd be kind of cheating to have Mr. Trippy with you. Not that he has any wit, but whatever.
Yeah.
I'm monitor bird number 2, cuckoo. Ooh. I give you hints, but not for you. This one's a pretty simple one.
Yeah, but it's a creative one. I like this.
Yeah.
It makes use of the camera angle, which isn't something you usually see. It does take a little bit, so I do speed it up. But you want to match the blocks with how it looks according to your camera angle, not according to how you might think it would look from top down.
There you go. You can see it. Nope. Almost. Almost.
There we go.
Third one wasn't that fun, though, I'm gonna have to admit.
Third one's mostly just the first one, but more so.
I like the guy just... Mr. Ripper's like, victory spin fallen face. All the time, every day. I'm monitor bird number 3. I don't like you.
Wee.
This one took a bit of practice for me.
Yeah.
I refused to use game facts for it, but I figured it out on my own. So this one you need to not only slide them in the right position, but it's also based on the constellations on the floor to match the riddle there. And the warriors are little my guy. This is adorable little warrior.
I don't like how Dribby just up and says, "Here's how you do it, stupid."
We kind of learned early that he has no faith in you.
Yeah.
You're the only person that can save this world. You're stupid. How many times has he said that? Good lord. Yeah, you should spring lock that. That would just that would just fine.
break through the door. Fuck this.
That would take some wit. Like, you're the first person to really think of that.
Thinking outside the box by getting out of the box.
Wonder what would happen if you didn't ask him for the riddle as you guessed it, and he's just like, well, I didn't even tell you where to put them, and you figured it out. Wow.
And that's the first of the 3 trials.
I like how they don't even bother to give it a specific name, just proof of wit. I'm gonna give you a proof of your wit. Proof of wit.
Just throws a rock at you.
Just a blue rock. I guess that means proof of wit. Oh, and here's a rule. If you go through the back door, you end up at the front of the palace. That's absolutely how things work. Now, this is the one I didn't like.
Fuck this trial. You know what? Fuck the trials in general, because even though I like the test of wits, this and the last one have nothing to do with anything. There's nothing you can learn from this that would be of use later on.
Except for this part, you could use the gambling area, because it's actually... for fuck's sake. You can actually use this one there actually as a gambling game later, but I didn't bother because I hated this so much.
Yeah.
But your basic point in this is that you're using the left stick to control one and the right stick to control the other. It's a lot more difficult than it sounds, especially when they have different looking paths like this. And the blocks are falling behind you, so they don't give you much time to really kind of think. And even being slightly off the edge, you fall off, you have to start over.
It's very easy to rush this, though.
Very easy.
They give you just enough time to kind of, like, stop Oliver, get Esther into position, and then continue from there.
See, these parts like that kind of fool you a bit, but for me it's almost like, you know what, it'd almost be easier for someone like me to give someone else the joystick. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
It'd be more interesting to give someone else the joystick to control the other one. Because this just battles your brain. Plus, it's not fun, by the way.
Yeah.
That too.
I mean, like, if it battled the brain in a way that would be beneficial, I'd be more okay with it. This is really only used for something that is in the casino that we mentioned earlier. And you don't get that until long after you've forgotten this piece of shit.
And then when it comes back, it's just like right when you wanted to forget about it, now you remember.
Mm.
Thank you, birds! I blame all of you!
I failed that, so let's go to the one where I make it.
I can imagine you doing this fight, and the penguin drops down, knocks them all over. I just wanted attention! So I failed this one because you can see why.
Yeah. I like how the shadow fell through the ground.
No, Shadow! We'll miss you. See, shit like that is meant to just kind of disrupt your thought process there and make you mess up. You can mess up here, which you almost did.
Yeah. It's because you forget which controls who, because now they're in different positions.
Fuck that. Fuck the final trial, too.
Mm. At least the final trial is something you actually do.
Yeah, and it does have a slight effect kind of way later in the game.
Not that I really use it.
Neither do I.
Cuckoo could go the fuck away.
But not for you. Thanks for the help, Drippy. Where's Rashad? I turned my back on him on 1 second. Get down from that tree. I'm looking for my real data.
The one that looks like me.
The only one that makes sense.
I like that Esther is at least... Maybe that's one of the reasons I like Esther. She's kind of the one who says to everyone, you know, you're being kind of a dipshit. Like, Drippy was like, it's a good thing I was there with you. Esther's like, you didn't do anything.
Oh, girl logic. Sometimes right on the money, sometimes it hurts, but needs to be said.
Yeah.
So it's probably good to save here, because the next part is... surprise. I love how they always do this kind of thing. Surprise boss fight.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a trial. Let's get in a situation where you could get murdered. If you win, you get my support.
If you lose, I don't need to give you it.
Door, up from the floor.
Maybe it's his voice that I don't like.
Or maybe it's that one line.
It could be that too. In that voice.
And that voice. And everything else he says.
In this game.
I like how the door has a mouth up top.
It has a double mouth. Look at Mr. Trippy. That expression was glorious. That was a do not want expression I've ever seen one.
How are you amazed by that? Of all things.
I don't even know if it was amazed, but it was almost disgusted. That was disgusting!
What the fuck is that?
God, someone draw that face.
Babana, more like
This is the final
baba
trial.
I forget it. Remember when I said this was a lot like Dragon Ball? This level alone proves my point. Look at this place.
I see things with my peepers.
Look,
We're about to go see Mr. Popo. There he is.
This guy looks pretty cool.
He does. He kind of sucks to fight, though. Especially when you're first learning how to control a partner.
Yeah. Well, she dies pretty quickly, I think. So it's
Well,
fine.
good. Get her out of the way. That's a cool move. I don't care.
It is. Wait, which one?
The little, like, shockwave thing he does around him.
Oh yeah.
This hurts.
There she goes.
Told you, these characters get knocked out really easily.
You now know what it's like to fight with a teammate.
You're almost better off being by yourself.
Yeah. And we've also pretty much seen 2 out of 3 of his attacks. Actually, we've seen all of them now. That's his 3rd attack, just jumping after you.
He's not difficult to fight by yourself. You just want to be careful about getting too close to him or he'll hit you for a lot of damage. And I made the mistake of trying to worry about healing Escher all the time. Didn't really work.
Yeah. Escher?
Did I say Escher?
Yeah.
Whatever.
MC Dead Girl.
Yep. MC Dead Girl in the house!
So, that menu I pulled up right there is the tactics. You can see all of the things you could do. Esther's only really good for keeping everyone healed.
Where are my Eschers at? Oh yeah, they're dead. There she is.
Just taking a nap.
Starring a dead girl. One thing is sometimes with with any character cast spells, you get stuck in the spell lag kind of thing like that, and especially when they throw out things like Devastation, you're like, oh crap. One thing I like about Shiro is he moves really quickly for his size.
And I like that Evade is different from Defend in that if it works, you get no damage, period.
But if it doesn't work, you're getting hit normally.
Yeah.
This basically looks like the top area of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, but that's just me.
It could have been a reference for all we know.
Maybe it's just a thing in Eastern philosophy, that they expect some kind of tower in the sky for this. But yeah, like a lot of bosses, it's repeated tactics of hit and run. Ooh, yes!
Here we go. Here we can see Shiro's special attack, which isn't an attack, and it proves to be completely useless.
What is it, Drippy Tears? I don't know.
Basically.
Later in the game, reference!
A reminder, when you pick up the Golden Glim, it completely heals you, and that was to heal me. Also, fuck you, Drippy. Look at this. He stopped me right before I sent out an attack to tell me what I already knew, that he had a shield to block it. And that wasted magic, and it didn't attack him.
Fuck Mr. Drippy! Trust me, I say that all the time while I was actually playing it.
Also, look at this. This is kind of a cheap way to finish him off, but fuck it.
Fireball bitch slap?
Yep. Oh, so insulting.
Oh, I'm hungry. Nito! Esther, you okay?
Deado!
So if you notice some of these characters you've been killing, you've been picking up like these spirit things. They have really no purpose right now beyond being collectibles, but they have a use later.
Yeah.
Of course, like Bashira, very not clever. It's like Bash and Ashura. Okay.
I don't even know what the pun was. That's how little I cared.
Exactly. And now at this point, the trials were worth doing, no matter how much they were eh. Beyond being, you know, some of these mass spells. Is this the one where you get Pulse?
We've already gotten Pulse, but we got Broom Broom.
My favorite! But we also get some cool things related to getting familiars, so...
Yes.
It was worth doing.
This is where we get the ability to capture new familiars. Rather, creature taming.
Which is kind of a weird way of doing it, but whatever.
It really makes no sense.
Plus we get kind of a free one. Kind of.
Yeah.
Basically we get it's a Pokemon ripoff. We get a starter situation. How long did that take for him to get? He can't be moving that fast.
Master.
And there's no room behind him.
Here, take this. It's called the Heart-Winning Heart.
I would have been funny if he was just more of a dick and just threw it on the ground. Yeah, have it, please.
Beautiful.
I want to look at it. I want to look at it. Car hits me.
He jumps up, it comes up from under the ground.
Yep. And then pulls him to the ground. Ah!
I asked you before recording this if you had a favorite non-Might familiar, and you chose the fucking bird horn thing.
I love him. Look at him. Look how stupid he is. He's just like, oh yeah, I have trumpet on my face. I mean, fuck that little stupid spaz ghost. You can catch him in like an hour. The jellyfish thing is just a healer, so I was like, eh, look at that fucker right there. And they all love you.
Yeah.
That little penguin thing is jamming all on its own. I don't think it needs any more qualifications from me.
Well, they do show up a little bit later. Maybe I'll catch one for you.
There you go.
But I don't choose one now.
Oh, whatever. You'll probably pick the one that I picked the first time I started playing this game.
First one I picked, first time playing through this, was the little jellyfish thing.
Yeah, that was me too. I'd be like, I pick the car.
Trippy, let's get ready.
I'm never ready.
Pee-wee. A naiad? Naiad?
See, the thing is, this is how it comes to the misconception, because this character really doesn't get any offensive magic spells. I was kind of offended by that.
It's not scary.
It looks stupid and adorable.
I like how every time you walk up to one, Solomon's just like, pick that one, the rest are shit.
Look at how it talks! Did you see how it talked? It's like boop bop boop 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 pop pop pop.
Well, you know it doesn't sound like that.
I don't care. That's how it sounds in my head. He walks around jazz scatting. Spit bop dip with the rain! I don't know why he has such a raspy voice, but he should.
I see trees of green.
Don't look at the ground.
I've got no arms or hands.
Alright, now we're fighting Supreme Lord. No, wait.
We're under attack!
And it's just Esther. So here's what doesn't make sense about creature taming. You beat them up and make them love you.
See, for people that are single, this is how you get love. You just find someone you love, you beat them up a little while, and little hearts appear above their heads, then you play a harp for them.
Yeah, follow that recent hitmaker's advice.
Oh, we're really gonna go for this guy?
I liked him better than the other shitty ones.
Oh,
At least he can actually attack.
don't you dare call Mr. Horn Penguin shitty. Look at him! He's not even doing anything, he's just hopping around dancing.
None of them attack, though. This is basically the most drawn-out way to get a starter.
But clearly, that penguin there is having the most fun.
Yeah. So when you've beaten a monster up, they get impressed by you, and Esther gets the ability to play a song to bring them over to you, basically.
So basically seduce them.
Yeah.
It's very random. You don't get this every time. And just randomly you'll beat up a bunch of characters and randomly one will be like, hey, I love you. So it gives you an option to pick and choose who you catch, really.
Yeah. If they get really into you, but you're not so into them, you can just punch them and they'll leave.
Once again, applies to the real world.
Did it!
Like, I know you like me, but...
And I get experience for that. There's something very cheap about all this.
And money.
So you may not like the monster I chose, Travis, but I think you'll like what I ultimately name it.
Let's see.
There's not quite enough letters for what I wanted to say, but that kind of makes it funnier.
That is good. That's pretty good. Because he is dead.
Yeah.
I am dead! Circle Stripe! Don't you just love when we reference really old Let's Plays?
Yeah.
Last one, oh god, when did we do Agent Under Fire?
Wasn't that 2011?
Something like that.
It was at the same time as Bomberman Jetters.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I almost forgot about that one. In fact, no, wait, I intentionally forgot about that one. That's different. All I remember is Dumbass Airlines from that. That's about it.
That was Generation. That's more recent.
Okay, then fuck that game. I didn't think of anything.
Here we go.
Very creepy motherfucker.
Hello.
Honestly, look at his tape his mouth. You know, its mouth is taped shut. Look at that guy.
Who is that?
He looks very awkward. Oh, I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
I can't fit down that hole. So what it's really used for is, obviously, it's kind of the Pokemon rule. We really have so many ports for so many of these familiars. So that's an area where we can switch them out. It's basically your Gary's PC kind of effect.
I believe the limit is about 200 familiars you can stuff in there.
I never even got close to that.
Yeah. When you do that, I think you get a trophy. Or at least some kind of reward.
Yeah. Oh, and another cool thing that basically means evolve.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, they're really blatant with this now. It was a needed thing, though, but it gets kind of frustrating with these drop situations. They kind of work like in Pokemon Fire Stones and Electric Stones and Water Stones. You can evolve certain characters that you have. Your character has to reach a certain level before they can confirm it. And at the same time, they can only take certain ones, so we get to beef up our might if we really want to mighty might. Hey, Double!
Turn into Mighty Double!
Ooh, you're scary. Nice sassy outfit you have there.
Yeah.
So then when you do that, it brings their level back to level 1. Which means leveling them up early is pretty quick.
Yeah, but it also means they're weak as hell.
Yeah.
Which is the one downside, so you kind of need to be careful with your metamorphosis. Only do it when you're in a good place to do a bit of grinding to bring them back up. Don't do it just before a boss.
Well, the big thing is that even in those situations, your characters will get experience if they're not on the field, so you'll have good opportunity just to have them sit in the back and garner experience while the normal ones can still fight.
Yeah.
And you're never in a situation where you might have done that with, like, your entire team. You might do them one at a time.
You don't get metamorphosis drops all that consistently anyway.
And later, and the big thing is that sometimes you'll get a bunch of these certain drops that you don't need, and you can't seem to find the one you do.
Yeah.
I have a million moon drops, but no sun drops.
No, literally nobody said your name.
I said my name. It'd be funny to cut back to Drippy, he's making that shock face again. Oh!
It looks like he is.
Turn the camera, find out. There you go. Okay, let's see. If you could taper? Okay. So Rashad did go home. He ran all the way back by himself. What's the point of him coming here anyway? I guess he did open the door. Which I suppose you probably could have done yourself, but...
I guess.
This thing's so creepy.
I love his little voice, though.
Hello! My pleasure! I can imagine him talking with him. If any of your familiars are proving to be a burden! It's a lot of talking for something that's obnoxious.
Those are pretty nice. They're like full heals.
Oh, and look, jumbo drops, too. Those are even better than the normal ones. Because they have like kind of a third evolution mark that they can go for. I know Metamorphosis, but it's evolution, shut up. I mean, you got rid of them, yay!
Yay!
But at least in this sense, evolving from that, you have to have the jumbos to do it. Obviously, the same way they can only take certain ones. Also, each of your characters have certain particular familiars that they like working with. And when you kind of highlight over the characters, they tell you which ones they are. I believe if you put the same ones, it gives them kind of a stat bonus boost. Don't know if I remember that exactly correctly, but I know certain familiar types work better with others. Like, Oliver likes having a Might on his team, for example.
I've never been all that picky to worry about that, though.
Yeah, I just put the ones that I like. Such as the Burpity Burp bird. If you end up getting that bird, you better name him after that clown after Skyward Sword. He's got basically the same trumpet.
So what, just call him?
Yep.
What is his name? I can never remember.
So it's just that. Just imagine every time it comes out, every time I play Burp!
Dodo, that's his name. That's great.
That's actually kind of perfect.
Yeah. I'm still gonna call the bird.
It's just perfect.
Yeah, so we spent that entire video in the Temple of the Trials.
Was that fun for you guys? I know it was for me.
Kinda was.
Yeah, it was.
Making fun of it.
I told you. It doesn't matter how boring it is, we'll still find ways to make fun of it. I don't know about you, but I'm probably cutting back in that video and making a avatar of that trippy face. I just gotta find it, damn it.
I'll just ask Olivia to draw a picture.
You can do that too.
Just a square picture of a scary drippy face. Universal avatar.
But I'm still looking for that one that's like the Ren and Stimpy hyper-detailed ways of doing it. Think how ridiculous that looks. Too bad there's a big text bubble where his face is, but doesn't matter, whatever.
See? If you just use the artist. So, actually, let me check my captures. See how many I have. I probably have just enough recorded footage left to do a screenshot update. I'm going to hold off on recording any more until I can get an HDMI to DVI splitter. That way I can record 1080p footage from the PS3, because PS3 has this built-in HD copyright protection, where for whatever reason you can only record 720p. You can't use an HDMI. You can only use the HDMI to go to a display. But fuck that. I'm just gonna go around it.
I wish I could somehow make this picture look better, but there you go.
So the LP will probably still be on a bit of a hiatus. This is mostly just to get the ball rolling on it. I should be able to get the splitter and record more footage between next week and 2 weeks. So the LP should be back and rolling relatively soon.
I didn't see that one person comment where it's just like, it's the end. They stopped doing it.
Well, sometimes I need to be told what I'm thinking and what I'm doing.
It's hard to think by ourselves. Oh my god, that'd be the best artist rendering ever. Mr. Drippy making that face, looking at the platypus. Or both of them are looking at one thing that's shocking them both. Like a coupon for $5 off a large pizza. That's such a good deal!
Or a coupon for a free babana.
Or just a babana.
Just a babana.
Or that car coming at both of them.
Yes!
There you go.